Wasim Akram. And an appeal, and he's given out. Yes, up goes the hand of umpire Merv Kitchen from England, and the first South African wicket down with Rudy Steyn caught down the leg side by Moin Khan of Wasim Akram, and South Africa losing their first wicket with one on the board.
Well, Rudy Steyn certainly didn't walk with every sign of happiness there, and it was either bat or hip. Very difficult for an umpire to give. Umpire Kitchen, only a week in the country from England, he's decided, whatever the shake of the head there says, that there was contact with the bat, but it could just be that there wasn't, and if it wasn't, it had to be hip, and that's what it looks as though it was. A very prominent thigh pad there of Rudy Steyn, and it may well have flicked that. You see the ridge of the thigh pad in the bottom part of the picture there. Now, that is what it seems it flicked.
So disappointment for Rudy Steyn and for South Africa. Gary Kirsten looking for his first Test 100. He got a one-day 100 for South Africa. Average of over 35. A couple of good 60s against New Zealand in the last two Test matches of that series. Aqib Javed. And that's going to be 4 runs. Well, there was a bit of baseball, a bit of tennis and a bit of cricket in that shot.
Well, he swatted that, but the refreshing thing was that Kirsten is prepared to counter-attack if the ball's bad enough. Often when you lose an early wicket, you just try and batten down the hatches and ensure you don't lose another. There's plenty of gaps in this attacking field.
And that's going to go to the boundary. No third man. 3 slips in a gully. And if you can place it, and it was a controlled shot, you'll get 4 runs.
It's also quite a short boundary over that side. It gives me the appearance of being at least 7 or 8 metres different.
Nicely turned by Gary Kirsten past the square leg umpire. And he's got enough on it to go for 4. So a bright start by Gary Kirsten.
That was to the longer boundary. But Kirsten going well, and John Cummins, not for the first time in what's a very brief Test career so far, coming into quite a tight match situation.
Aqib Javed opening the bowling. Surprised that Nazir wasn't given that task. A little bit more slippery than this man. That is often the case, and that's beautifully played. Off his toes through mid-wicket for 4.
The run rate careering along at around 4 runs and over. Have a look at it from the stump camera angle. That's beautifully timed.
Cummins in his 3rd Test match, a good start. Kingsmead and Durban with 30 and 45. Disappointing crowd for the first day, considering that South Africa's beaten Pakistan in the one-day international final, the B&H, and having come back so well against New Zealand to turn that series around after losing here at the Wanderers. Oh, right across the right-hander.
Occupational hazard, which reverse it left-handers have against right-arm over the wicket bowlers. If it doesn't hold its line, you're drawn into playing something that looks very wide.
It's going to be 4. Still no third man.
Quite a quick outfield considering all the rain that we've had. There's so many gaps, and quite rightly Salim Malik pushing, because another 2 or 3 wickets before lunch and he'll be well in charge.
Kabar Khan, left arm quickie, and that's beautifully cracked away, just backward of square on the offside. 4 runs. So 53 these two have put on in only 46 minutes. Vesey, good old Vesey. Oh, he's got him. And John Cummins a little bit unlucky there. That one coming off the bat and down and just hitting the off stump hard enough to remove a bail.
You've got to give the bowler some credit, but he'll do this 10 times and maybe not get the coconut once. But just look, it's a little short of a length to go forward to, and there is a little bit of a gap between bat and pad, and Cummins can only watch in horror. Lucky in a way, but still credit to the bowler. He forced the error.
2 good boundaries, just 35 balls faced for his 13, and putting on 54 with Gary Kirsten for the 2nd wicket. Bat was just angled too much and got there a bit too late, so the angle greater, and it down off the face of the bat almost, and onto the off stump. Daryl Cullinan, just 1 Test century to his credit. That average certainly not in keeping with the potential of the man. They've gone up for the appeal, and umpire Cyril Mitchley has given him out, caught behind. Was it off the inside edge? It must have been. And South Africa are suddenly in a lot of trouble at 59 for 3.
Well, like Steyn, Cullinan's walked off shaking his head, and I think I can see why. There's a lot of fresh air between bat and ball, whether it's flicked the pad, but umpire Mitchley's gone either on sight or sound. There was nothing we could see, and often in slow motion replays it's impossible to tell whether there's been an edge or not. But this was one occasion where I think it's fair to say that there was a lot of fresh air between bat and ball.
So difficult for the umpire, of course. It's all happening in fast motion out there, and this stump cam look tells us that the bat was a bit late in sort of getting there. The ball had almost got through the gap before he tried to close it with a bat, and it might just have flicked the top of the pad. This might tell us a little more. Something must have made the sound that deceived umpire Mitchley.
Right or wrong, and the umpire's always right. That's the 3rd man out, and now a lot depending upon South Africa's captain.
Into his 4th Test 100 against the New Zealanders. He's improving to over 37. And a man who's in form.
Career aggregate of 1111, whichever 3 you perm, you've got Nelson quite a few times.
And that's a good shot. Peppering him with short ones. And the answer to that is to play a controlled hook shot like that, and it might make them think twice about the short deliveries.
That's right. Cronje's developed a reputation over the last 6 or 7 months of being uneasy against that sort of stuff. He used to hook, and now if he's worked things out and he's prepared to go again, as you say, Trevor, I think that'll ease the load on him.
Well, that's a beautiful shot off the back foot through the covers, and I think it's going to go. It just wins the race. Another short one from Aqib Javed.
Well, that's above the ration. Now then, he's having words because if you bowl more than 2 in an over, the penalty is a no ball call. And it's worth 2 runs.
And a warning for the bowler and to the skipper, Salim Malik. This is the new man, Nazir, and it's going to be 4 runs. Neatly guided down to the vacant 3rd man by Hansi Cronje. So Nazir, having arrived after a long flight this morning, getting onto the field 36 minutes late, and therefore he couldn't bowl for that length of period, and his first ball going to the boundary.
Well, he flew 14 hours for that.
And this is 4 more, and again it's the hook shot. No doubt that Amin Nazir has been told Hansi Cronje doesn't like them up around the ears, and so he dips one in short, and he gets the treatment that Akib got a little while ago.
You don't often get 100 runs in the first session of a 5-day test match, but South Africa now are close.
Through the covers. They certainly bring up the 100, even if it doesn't win the race, but it does. Or more, says umpire Mitch Lee.
Considering the trouble they've been in, 3 wickets gone, to achieve a run rate of 4 and over, the positive way that they've done it, I think that reflects great credit on Cronje and also on Kirsten.
This is not often that you get 100 in a session in Test match cricket these days. That's a great effort, despite the loss of those 3 early wickets for 59. Wasim Akram about to start his 9th over, and when you consider that of those 25 runs, something like 11 have been no balls.
Well, he's this sort of bowler. Whatever length run-up he comes, he gets into trouble sometimes.
Now a big appeal for a catch of the wicket. There was certainly a deflection there. Umpire Kitchen says not out.
Wasim Akram was the most interested. I just think that Umpire Kitchen, he might have got this right. Let's have a look. It's banged in short, goes for the pull, misses the bat, and just gets a deflection off the helmet. That's what deflected the ball out offside.
Glancing blow. Not out, of course.
Well, we pick umpires for errors. That was a good piece of umpiring.
And that's a good shot by Gary Kirsten. He can hook and pull well, does Gary Kirsten. His first boundary, he hit just to the onside of the wickets down at the bowler's end on the pull. That was a very square pull, and that was also pretty square. Well controlled. And that's 4 runs. All beautiful timing. The footwork wasn't great.
No, it wasn't, but again, it reflects the positive approach of Cronje. See where the left foot goes. It's nowhere near, really, but he can trust his timing. Trust the pitch as well.
Another no ball bowled by Wasim Akram. He's out of sorts with himself altogether today. That's his 14th no ball. He's been bowling off a short run at 6 paces. His longer run, but not his full length run ever.
See, that's a long one. It's not just even breaking the line.
Another pull, hook shot this time from Gary Kirsten. Another boundary.
Well, he had a rough spell before lunch when he went for 45 minutes without a run, but he's ticking things over now. That's half-century number 6 for South Africa, none of which he's been able to take beyond 72. Can he this time?
Yes, the 72 made at Lords against England, his top score. Is this to be the day for a maiden Test 100? 9 fours in that 50. Cronje has been dominant in this partnership. I remember he'd scored 34 balls at one stage. But he's caught now. Caught by Mustafa in the gully. Good catch because he hit it pretty hard. Kevin Khan is delighted.
That was a good catch. In fact, it wasn't right off the middle. It was hit hard, no question of that. Slightly too close to him to get real leverage into it. It was just close. But that's nice because he's taken it to his right and he's a natural left-hander. Good catch.
Well, Hansi Cronje has played very, very positively. 41 in just 65 balls with 7 boundaries and a partnership of 79 in only 70 minutes with Gary Kirsten. He's not getting over that shot. And the fourth wicket down on 138. And South Africa certainly, while these two were building, things were looking better. But Pakistan back in the driving seat with the dismissal of Cronje.
They are, considering they've got a very limited attack, and what a situation for Rhodes to walk into. Time after time, his best performances have been in critical match situations, and this is one of those.
Approaching 1,000 test runs, just that 100 when he saved South Africa against Sri Lanka in Colombo, but dreadfully out of form so far. They up for the catch. Khan has got him. No, says umpire Kitchen. Well, I thought I heard a little click as he wafted at that.
Well, it was so wide that it removed from the umpire's options all sorts of things. It's simply a matter of did the ball hit the bat. There's no glove, no pad, no anything else. It is a wide ball. The bat's flung at it. Was it or wasn't it? First slip didn't go up. The keeper did. The bowler utterly convinced.
And you will never tell on television. The little faint nicks you cannot decide from the slow motion replays. Click sound was there, but that could be a part of the equipment, of the clothing. And now that drops just short of wicketkeeper Moin Khan, and Kirsten gets a single.
A few deliveries that hasn't carried through, because it's a good trustworthy pitch this, nowhere near as cracked in appearance as the one in November against New Zealand. Just have a look at that again.
The ball has not swung as much as we might have expected with the overcast conditions.
I think that's right. I was expecting much more lateral movement.
Oh, that's a bit of luck there for Jonty Rhodes. That might just have been a little wide at third slip and too high. And a lucky fall.
Jonty Rhodes has often made the point that he thinks that tight match situations bring the best out of him. And he's certainly settling into his task now.
Oh, that'll do him. A tonic of good. Through the covers for 4 runs.
When the batsman has been out of form, the feet can get it in a tangle, and feet and bat rarely arrive at the business part of the shot at the right time. When they do, it's just as though it's releasing the batsman, releasing his mind, and suddenly cricket's a simple game again.
Is he caught? He's gone. Caught at second slip, and Gary Kirsten once again promising 100, fails. And yet again, he's gone in the 60s. Third time in a few weeks.
You can always point at an error when a batsman gets out, and sometimes he gets an unplayable ball. That wasn't, and there was very little movement there. It was simply too close to Kirsten, really, for one of his favourite square cuts, and he's paid the ultimate penalty. So 50 number 6, and again they're all compressed in between 50 and 72, and still he can't make the opposition pay.
11 boundaries, and good ones too, and staying a little over 3 hours. A very valuable innings.
That was a good innings, no question of that. If he'd gone early, then the side would have been in real trouble. It's the pity that he can't cash in on his own good work. Here's a man who might, Brian McMillan.
Highest score of 98 on this very ground against India when they visited a couple of seasons ago. Kabakar. Very wide, and is he caught? Diving catch. Jonty Rhodes stands. Umpire Kitchen looks, and fielder owns up, and he gets a warm round of applause that had bounced in front of him.
That's good to see. I'm not sure what view the umpire would have had. It's all happened like a rocket, not what we're looking at now in slow motion. We'll see that, in fact, clearly the ball is bounced an inch or so before. He's picked it cleanly. The time he's come up, everybody's starting to work out did he or didn't he, and to his credit, he said he didn't.
Wazimak again. For LBW, this is a good shot. Not out, says umpire Mitchley. Now why? Was it pitched outside leg stump?
Well, umpire Mitchley, it's the most difficult angle to work out, and I think that he believed it was pitched outside leg stump.
Well, he'd gone back and then forward, but not far forward. That front foot almost on the crease, and Wasim absolutely adamant that he had his man.
Well, you have to say it would have hit the stumps, and therefore you must assume that that's what umpire Misley gave him not out for.
So a tee, 214 for 5, South Africa, and that's an amazing scoring rate under the circumstances after being 59 for 3. 106 runs in the period before lunch, and then 108 now between lunch and tea, and that is splendid stuff. Kabir Khan. First ball after tea is dispatched.
This is what has let Pakistan down. So many boundary balls without Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram out of sorts. There's too much pressure on these support bowlers, which so far they've been unable to withstand.
Through mid-wicket, good-looking shot this by Macmillan. Fielders after it. He's going to have to hurry. 4 more. And they really are getting into a bit of a hurry here after tea.
The partnership is a very dangerous one. Just hasn't got South Africa out of trouble. Jonty Rhodes now using the sweep like that. Once you hit and sweep in front of square, you're in control. And suddenly the 100 partnership's not far away.
He fetched this, I think, just outside off stump, but he hit it in front of square. That's how much control he did have. Meher Sohail down the leg side and just needed to get back onto it. Beats the short fine leg, and that's over the boundary.
Good cricket from Rhodes, because in order to block the sweep, they put a man just backward of square, hoping to force an error. He got out in the one-day international in that position. This time he just tickled it finer. It was good cricket.
And 4 runs, brings up 50. And when you think that he's made only 75 runs in 7 innings in first-class cricket for an average of just over 10, he's had a wretched season so far, and now a 50. Typical of the man, full of guts and courage and all the good qualities of a top sportsman. And he's gutsed it out, and he's come back in style.
And still the run rate at around 4 and over. That's going to maintain it.
That's 50 for Brian McMillan. He's 7th in Test match cricket. Balls from Bob Lawler, the coach. 6 boundaries. 6 taking him to the mark. 93 balls first. .68 is where the 5th wicket fell, so his partnership over 100, and that's more. Beautifully struck through the covers.
Salim Malik's got nowhere to go. He's picked a 4-man attack with no spin. Inexperienced man coming straight off an aeroplane. And really everything would have to go right to make that work.
And that's going to be another boundary. They just moved the backward square leg to mid-wicket, because the ball before he went to pull and made a hash of it. And he places that quite perfectly. What a telling partnership. Nazair back. Oh, he's got him. He's got him caught by Inzamam at slip, and a good catch too for the big man coming forward and just getting his fingers underneath it. And Jonty Rhodes is on his way for a very, very well played innings of 72. Jonty is back in business.
Well, credit to the bowler. Useful delivery. It's marginally wide, but give the bowler credit. He's forced the error.
And he'll be well relieved to see Jonty Rhodes go. 72, 7 boundaries, just over 3 hours. partnership of 157 with Brian McMillan rescuing the South African innings.
Right, he's come in 39 overs, so again that overall run rate of 4 per over is being sustained throughout what is becoming an incident-packed day.
Nazair, who had bowled 6 overs and 2 balls when he left the field, and now he gets the wicket of Rhodes. Enter Dave Richardson in top form, maiden 100 against New Zealand at Newlands in the 3rd test, and 247 runs in the series, topping the averages with 82.33 and winning the man of the series. Oh, and he's gone! First ball. Would you believe it? Sing the man's praises, and what a season he's been having, and he gets a first baller just to go and show you that the game is bigger than all.
You can't dodge the gods in this match, and now suddenly it's worth flying a few thousand miles for. Dragged on, bottom inside edge. Richardson, a first ball blob, and 2 in 2. No Pakistan bowler's ever done a hat-trick. This man is on it.
Very good delivery to bowl first up to Richardson in the block hole, although it wouldn't have hit the stumps. When you get one of those first ball up, you've got to try and dig it out, and he did, but he was a bit late in getting the bat down on it, off the thick inside edge onto the stumps, and Richardson out first ball. And what a comeback for Nazair. I was just saying, in his 7th over, he seemed to suffer cramp in the calf, or slightly pulling the calf muscle, had to leave the field for quite some time, and now he's come back and gets 2 in 2. So Clive Eckstein to face the hat-trick ball. Now, Clive Eckstein hasn't made many runs in test match cricket, but he's batted quite a long time, over an hour and a half to save the test in Colombo against Sri Lanka with Jonty Rhodes, and over an hour and a half in making that 22 in Cape Town against New Zealand.
Well, a hat-trick ball. I think neither Wasim nor Wacker have done it. Can this man?
No. Well played to the gully. Of course, we saw Wacker get one in the one-day international in East London the other day, but not in a test match. Very well played, and the fielder never moved. Now the sun has come out after all day. We've had cloud cover. The sun is shining quite brilliantly. Amazingly, all the rain clouds have gone, and maybe he didn't pick it up for whatever reason.
I'm sure he didn't. The ball only was 3 or 4 yards to his left.
That's his 100. Chops it down into the ground. It goes slowly to that backward point, and McMillan with Clive Eckstein in the starting blocks with his spikes on, and he knew that he had a hurry, and McMillan at last gets to the 100 mark. 98, remember, against India here at the Wonders, and now the coveted first test century. And what an innings it's been.
Influential innings, and a big innings from a big man.
He's bowled him. Oh, no ball called. Can you believe it?
That wasn't called something like no ball.
Now that sort of sums up his day, Jack. It's gone all wrong for him.
Yeah, it's gone for 4, and being a no ball, it'll be 4 no balls credited. So that takes the number of illegal deliveries, and that's why it's a long one again, over 30.
It was a good delivery. McMillan falling over, and it just trimmed his leg stump. But to no avail against India. Nicely played by Eckstein. And 4 runs.
It was almost a reflex shot, and forced really by the bowler's pace and movement. They're only just getting bat on it, and the ball's raced away to what is a very short leg side boundary.
Akib to McMillan, and that's what he was waiting for. Just a little bit short, a little bit of width, not a great deal, but enough for him to bang it hard into the ground and over the head of the fieldsman for 4.
I think some of Brian McMillan's stroke play has been delightful, and nothing better than this. Right foot went over, and he smacked it away.
He might be out. In fact, I think he is. Caught by Moin Khan. A good catch by the wicket-keeper. Looked for a moment as though that might not have carried, but McMillan didn't really wait. He knew he'd nicked him. Looked behind, felt he was comfortable with the catch, and away he went. And so Brian McMillan adding only a matter of 7 runs to his overnight.
Well, it needed a quality ball to end a quality innings, and that was it. That was perfect line, good movement, and really McMillan can't reproach himself for that. Game plan for South Africa, I'm sure, was for him to bat through until lunch. Well, it's gone wrong, but all you can do is admire those statistics and those figures, because to get 60 out of your 113 in 4s, all of them crisp, all of them struck with authority, it did really need something special to get him away from the crease, and that was a good ball.
And a good catch by Moin Khan. Never easy when you've got to come forward and away to your right. And he rolled as he took it. So Fanie de Villiers. You all still remember that heroic 30 that he made in over 3 hours, going in as night watchman, and then the next day defying the Australians in Adelaide for over 3 hours. Everybody thought he'd saved the test match for South Africa, but a dramatic collapse saw otherwise. Oh, beaten first up.
Fanie de Villiers is really becoming more than just a useful tail-end batsman. If you don't nail him early, you can pay a price. Now look at that. That has swung away, and then it's seamed back. And all in all, no wonder he missed it.
Wasim Akram to Eckstein. A nasty one for the tail-ender to have to contend with.
Akram is so deceptive. There's no great body action, but he's got such a quick arm, and from halfway he banged it in, but he does get pace.
Oh, that's a beautiful cover drive. That's going to be 4 runs. Yes, yeah, can hardly believe it.
It's taken some while coming. It's the 26th delivery that Fanie de Villiers has faced, and all in all, it looks as though he's bedding himself down for something quite special.
Well, that wasn't pretty, but it might be 4 more. And it is.
He's been in now for 10 overs, and he's just about ready to start, I think. Got a good eye.
Very short run, appeal for a catch. Eckstein walks, doesn't even wait for the umpire. And Wasim Akram has got Eckstein at last, caught down the leg side by Moin Khan. Eckstein looking over his shoulder a few times. I think he was sent on his merry way by the Pakistanis.
Well, that's a shame, because he's stuck around. He hasn't done anything wrong at all. And in fact, he's done something very right here, because as soon as he's got the nick, I think off the right glove or the bat handle, he's walked. Umpire Kitchen gave him a chance to go without giving him out, which he took. So he couldn't do anything better than that. And yet, on the way, he suddenly heard something, or appeared to. But again, 6 minutes over 2 hours. And he's done a good job there.
I think I could lip read what Wasim said as he walked away. Won't repeat it.
There we are, you see, just about off the bottom glove.
Another stout effort by Eckstein, replaced by Alan Donald. The first hour seen only 22 runs, so it's been slow stuff from the South African point of view. Losing McMillan and now Eckstein. Can Donald stay with Fanie de Villiers, who's just beginning to blossom? And that's going to go for 4. That was a Yorker, good delivery. He did rather well. Back was angled just right, and it flew off the bat for 4.
And this is our jet-lagged bowler, Amir Nazir. Fanie thinks it's quite amusing. He's gone round the wicket, which, considering he's got 6 men offside, even though it was a good Yorker, you shouldn't bowl it leg stump.
Take that. That's a savage blow.
Brings up the 400. Looks destinies of Pakistan are starting to lose their way, because there are certain areas against Fani de Villiers you've got to defend. Mid-wicket, long on. There's nobody there.
This is high and handsome. 6. Well, it resembled something of a tennis smash to start with, but it somehow found an edge and flew very, very high. It really made a lot of speed with the bat as it connected.
He's got a good eye, you see, Fani de Villiers. Although he's not a natural hooker, he kept his eye on it long enough to get some bat on it. And that just swirled away for 6.
That's going to be 4 runs. Alan Donald, would you believe it, sweeping in front of square.
Well, I think the pressure's off this 10th wicket pair. They're enjoying themselves. Some fairly gentle spin from Salim Malik. And certainly the initiative has been handed to the 10th wicket pair.
Azim Akram continues bowling. I think he's into his 19th over on the trot, having bowled 5 last evening, and signs of tiring there. That was a full toss.
I think that's right. No question at all now. He must be tiring. He's also bowled more than the 19 because he's bowled so many no balls, just over 20 of them.
Full toss, and this is soaring over the fielder's head at mid-wicket. 6 more.
Partnership now worth 43. De Villiers now is creating mayhem.
So Hale, the left-arm spinner, can he stem the tide? Cheeky shot. And not quite 4.
De Villiers is 50. Are they pleased, or aren't they? What a great character and what a great fighter he is. And just look at that, 50 with 7 4s and 2 6s, 40 of them in boundaries, and that after a very slow start.
The dressing room is delighted, and so is Fani. Oh, the reverse sweep played to perfection. And well, 4 runs.
He must have practiced it, and all credit to him for having the courage to try it in the middle. If it goes wrong, it looks awful. You do get a ribbing from teammates.
Remember Daryl Cullinan getting the stitches in his top lip. But he rolls the wrists. He does it absolutely. Well, it's the best reverse sweep I've ever seen by a South African batsman. Brought off by number 10.
That'll please Bob Woolmer.
Catch it!
This is in the air and an easy catch, and that is the end of a very profitable 10th wicket partnership, a record here at the Wanderers for South Africa. Craig Matthews and Donald, incidentally, had the previous record of 44, and now Donald, in the company of a swashbuckling Fani de Villiers, has put on 71 before Sohail went a little wide, and playing across the line, it just sliced up into the air. And they can well congratulate each other. It's been a devastating partnership from a South African point of view, and the Pakistanis must be almost suicidal.
In the 121st over of the innings, which produced a run rate of close to 4 throughout the innings. Not many totals of over 400 come at that pace. And that
man is a very talented player. Remember, he's the fellow that has 700s to his credit in one-day international cricket. And there's Sohail, man of the series in the one-day P&H quadrangular series, despite the fact that Pakistan lost the final best of 3, 2-0 to South Africa. Great to see Alan Donald back in action for South Africa. Beautiful shot here, though, by Sohail. And that will reach the boundary.
I think the 3 left-handers at the top of the order, they could pose problems unless South Africa can nick them out quickly, because there are not many bowlers who like bowling against left-handers, even when you've got 2 together and you haven't got to alternate between left and right. Early wickets essential.
4 runs.
gone in front of square, which shows a measure of control. In fact, he actually got the hurry up into the shot, because we'll see him pivot as he hits it, and that front leg goes on round and got quite close to the stumps.
Fanie de Villiers. Called a drive end. He's caught. Unwise caught by Cullinan at first slip. That's the first Pakistani wicket. Not surprising that it should go to Fanie de Villiers.
But it looks a little wide, and probably was the sort that an opening batsman, if he's been in an hour or two, wouldn't play at, not defensively. But part of the art of bowling is to get your man uncertain at the start of an innings, and Sanwar there at the start of his was uncertain, and a nice catch by Cullen. You see, he's bowled it from wide out. It's pitched just outside off stump and going across slanting. Really, there's nothing to defend if you play at it defensively. But again, let's give credit to the bowler.
So an early strike for South Africa. Pakistan 20 for 1. And instead of Inzamam ul Haq at number 3, we've seen him doing the job in the one-day series, Asif Mushtaba.
He's only averaging 26, but he's quite a solid, well-organised all-rounder. And they need a little bit of cement at the top of the order there. There's so many crackerjack stroke players. That's a great first delivery, a big in-swinger to him. Now, he's just seen the man before him, Sanwar, go out. Anwar go out through a ball leaving him. Will Fanie try him with one of these? And he has, and what a catch by Richardson. Now that is a great piece of thinking bowling. First up, the big in-swinger, and then the one going across him. And really, it's one thing to bait a trap, another one to spring it as effectively as that. That is great bowling.
He knows it, and he's delighted, is Fanie de Villiers. This time the wicketkeeper Dave Richardson went for it. Didn't leave it to the first slip. Once the keeper feels he can get it, he must go for it because he's got the gloves. Good catch, beautiful bit of bowling. And Pakistan 20 for 2. Fanie de Villiers 2 in 3.
There they go, the pair of them. And all you can say is that he was thought out and bowled out.
Skipper Salim Malik, what a record he's got, average of nearly 47, 13 test hundreds, 23 test 50s, that big double 100, 4,500 runs. Oh, what a way to start. Glorious shot by Salim Malik.
I don't think you'll see anything better than that. He's such a silky batsman. No great effort, no big pickup or follow through, just a grooved shot. And that's first ball, remember.
It was swinging too. It was well up to him, but it was swinging. Is this going to be another 4? He's hit one there. Fielder gives up.
Dangerous partnership this, because the run rate, it's round 4 and over. It's likely to stay so as well with so many attacking fielders.
And that's another 4 from Salim Malik. This time square away, backward a square in fact on the offside.
He backed himself there because I think he was coming to hit it slightly straighter. The ball drifted, there was some away drift, and he went with it.
Another one. Fanie de Villiers has got 3, and the dangerous Sohail is on his way, caught again by Richardson.
I think this was the most indifferent shot of the top 3 left-handers to go, because he got himself in, he got himself into the 20s, he should have known where his off-stump was, he wasn't really driving at it, and he certainly wasn't playing defensively. It was one of those in-between shots that gain you nothing if you actually hit it. If you nick it, you're gone. See, see how wide it was, and just look at the angle of the bat. He had to open it up to reach it even, and the footwork again was no good. He was too far away from it.
Well, real drama. Pakistan 44 for 3, facing 460 made by South Africa in the first innings. And that 23 from 37 balls, again an indication of the danger of Sohail. We saw how forcefully he played in the one-day series. Ijaz Ahmed has had a good time against South Africa, scored plenty of runs in the triangular series in Pakistan, and again here in South Africa in the one-day series. He's had rich pickings off the South Africans. Fanie de Villiers. Malik walks across the wickets and hits it through the covers. Good shot. 4 runs.
He just let that ball come onto him, and it was all wrist. He'd gone looking for it, and he'd probably have clubbed it straight to a fielder. Firstly, he's got to weigh up, is there any away drift? Yes, there is. Do I go with it? Yes, I do.
It's short, not the most convincing, but good enough for 4 runs.
Well, again, it went in front of square, and it was a little short-arm jab, but I think if you look at it, you can see actually it could have been a little top edge. That's what he meant to do.
Left-arm spinner Exton getting quite an early bowl, just a bit too short. That's often his fault, that he drops it a little bit too short, gives the batsman room as a spinner, as a left-arm spinner, going away from the right-hander. And Salam quick to capitalise. That's how he played Shane Warne, in averaging 92 in the recent series against Australia. This is up in the air, but safe. Well, he's played 1 or 2 fortuitous pulls or hooks, has Ijaz. It's a shot he just cannot resist.
Again, it's the line of the bouncer that caused him problem.
It tickles it away backward of the square leg umpire, and a 24th Test 50 for Salim Malik, the captain of Pakistan. And it's come quite quickly.
It has indeed. 64 balls and 10 fours.
Despite the loss of those early 3 wickets, 44 for 3, remember, Pakistan. Fatfai Fani, Al Qadri, and that's going to be 4 runs. That was a really good shot.
Brings up the 100, and suddenly this partnership starting to get Pakistan out of trouble. A long, long way to go, but as long as they can keep the concentration. Ijaz Ahmed is the problem. Concentration suddenly lapses with him.
He's bowled him. He's bowled him round his legs, and Ijaz cannot believe it. Nor can I. So many of the Pakistanis do walk across their stumps, but he just left a little bit of that leg stump exposed, and Fani found it.
Let's look where it pitched, because we've often made the point that Fanie de Villiers bowling wide is struggling to get LBW decisions. I'm sure if Ijaz had been given out to that, he would have moaned and complained. There's no deflection off the pad. That was straight onto the leg stump. And the pitches round about middle and off. Didn't move, just went straight on, and a complete misjudgment in going too far across.
106 for 4, and Ijaz, for once failing against South Africa, 19. Now Inzamam ul Haq, average of over 42, 3 Test hundreds to his credit, recently gone past the 1,000 runs.
He's played the same number of innings, I think, as Jonty Rhodes, or within one of it. Jonty's just 7 short of 1,000, so their careers not too wide apart in results so far. Both men of immense talent, and none more so than that man, Inzamam.
He started wonderfully, did Inzamam with 4 runs at the very first ball he faced, and now he's got another boundary.
That's right, it's the same over. He's one of the game's great natural strikers of the ball. He doesn't have to slog, he's a big, powerful man. His stroke play is good.
Imperious pitch.
We've seen 1 or 2 of those cover drives of Salim Malik. They've been grooved shots, wristy shots. This one, it's the first time with a real flourish. Ends with a big, high follow through. And he meant this one. Look at that.
Brian McMillan. And he's got him off the inside edge. And that was most unlike Inzamam. His footwork around the crease is so immaculate that he seemed to be reaching out for that one.
That was a horrible shot, really, Trevor, because you see here, he's so far away from his body, the back foot's still only on leg stump. Had he got an inside edge, because he did bounce a bit, he should have got his body further over, and therefore he'd have got it onto a pad or a foot or something. But to leave a gap as wide as this, well, he could drive a double-decker bus through it.
It almost seemed to skip out of the way as he played it, and it's so unlike him because he does get into line so well.
I think the bounce may have done him a little bit, but really that was a poor piece of batting. He must know that.
Well, desperate times now for Pakistan as the wicketkeeper Moin Khan comes out. Only 300 runs, but a test 100 to his credit. Young man. Well, he was a bit lucky there. That was a wild-looking shot. He seemed to pull his head right away, got an edge onto his body. Shouts of catch it, didn't carry.
Millen now is getting extra pace and bounce, and he's certainly running in quicker than I've seen him for a long while.
It's up in the air. Fanie de Villiers is out there. He's taken it. Well, what an incredible day Fanie de Villiers is having. He can't do anything wrong. 66 not out, 4 wickets, and now a very well judged catch. He must have been conscious of that boundary rope. Moin Khan is gone. The second wicket for Macmillan.
What a pair of hands de Villiers has got. Remember him catching Martin Crowe at Durban. Similarly, having his eye on the rope. Look at that. First you've got to catch it, then you've got to hold it, and then you've got to keep clear of that. It's a great, great piece of fielding. You won't see a better catch than that in the deep.
Confirmation from the third umpire, but there was no interference with the rope. Moin Khan on his way. Pakistan 6 down for 158.
So many of their dismissals self-induced. The bowling's been good, the fielding's been good. Nothing better than this. It's worth another look. One for the archives, this. Leap, take, and bounce.
Just watch Moin Khan's head here. Pulls it away. Had no control over the shot. Fanie de Villiers had control of the catch. So Wasim Akram, not only a great fast bowler, but look there, almost 1,300 test runs, test century. Very capable man. No third man. Once it's beaten that infield, it will go for 4.
I think the problem here is how long can Wasim Akram keep his patience. The one thing Salim Malik will have his eye on is the light, which isn't going too well.
Umpires Mitchley and Merv Kitchen of England discussing the light. Started the day in beautiful sunshine, but it has deteriorated. Hansie Cronje, of course, very eager to continue. The batsmen will be very happy to leave, and they have...
can. Legs done. 5 to cut. One leg. Attack!
307 balls, 268 hits.
The ball!
Akif Jamil.
leg stump, you've got 4 to cut.